Welcome to Science Class, Kairos Leaders. I just want to begin by saying that I was so excited, so joyous, so inspired by the amazing fire-dependent species that you came up with your creativity, your ingenuity, and your zest. Thank you so much for putting in such hard work and just for bringing your best self to science. This week, we are going to reflect on the moment that we're living in. Because when we talk about science, we're talking a lot about what's happening around us in the world. And right now, with the wildfires, really big things are happening around us in the world. So for today's science class, we're going to do a couple of different things. We're going to begin by getting grounded. That's going to be our first thing. Our second thing is that if the air quality allows you to, if it's safe to go outside, we're going to go outside and collect some materials, such as what I have right here. If the air quality doesn't allow that, we're going to collect materials from inside our home. Our third thing is that we're going to use these materials to reflect on what we're feeling in this moment right now. So for that first thing, that getting grounded, for our first activity together, we learned about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process that all plants use, where they take in carbon dioxide, sunlight, and water, and they turn that into energy and oxygen. Humans, when we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So we looked at how humans and plants interact in that process. And we realized that when we inhale oxygen from a plant. And when we exhale, we give carbon dioxide to a plant. There was a guided meditation that allowed you to sit next to a plant and breathe with that plant, to realize that the plants are doing powerful work to clean our air, which is something that we all need right now when the air is hard to breathe. I'm going to ask that we revisit that guided meditation. Go find yourself next to a plant. Maybe put on headphones if it's loud around you. Grab yourself a glass of water, because staying hydrated is very important. And breathe with that plant. Just spend a little bit of time breathing.
Welcome, leaders and scientists. In this recording, we will breathe with the plants around us. This is a meditation where I ask you to be present for 3 minutes with your body and your surroundings. So please prepare yourself for that, whether it is with a plant in your home, a tree that you happen to know or just getting to know, or on a walk. You could also just be sitting inside imagining all of the plants that surround you. Get yourself comfortable. You can be moving during this time or staying still. Take a big breath in and let it fill up your belly. And exhale. Take a big breath into your belly again. Exhale with a noise. Whew. This time when you breathe into your belly, let it inflate your chest as well. Breathe in. Exhale with a noise. Keep doing these big belly breaths, in and out at your own pace. Try and breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly expand. Feel your chest expand. And then as you exhale, feel your belly contract and your chest contract. Imagine the air flowing in and out of your body. And then imagine the air flowing from a plant or a tree. And as you breathe into your belly, you inhale the oxygen that plant just gifted. As you exhale, you exhale carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide flows over to that tree, and that tree breathes in its own special way, that carbon dioxide, and breathes out oxygen. And you breathe in that oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. Picture that tree and imagine it breathing with you, in and out, in and out. Good work, Kairos leaders. You made it to 3 minutes. Take your time. You may continue breathing if you would like. You may move, sit still, do whatever your body needs.
Welcome back, leaders. Take a moment to reflect on how you feel right now. Do you feel any different from how you did before? What did it feel like to breathe with a plant, to ground yourself using that plant and being in relationship with that plant? I'm going to ask that, again, if it's safe to do so, you go outside to do this. If not, you can do it from things found inside. But that you take a moment to gather some materials. Ideally, you'll have at least 3 things that you have many of. So I have a jar full of twigs, dead twigs that I found on the ground. I have some dead grasses in here. I have a few browned leaves and then 1 green one. I also got some pine needles from a Douglas fir tree, a dried sprig of rosemary, these crumpled dead leaves from a tree of heaven, and then I have dried flowers from my garden. Take a moment and go gather your materials. Again, have at least 3 things that you have many of. Grab whatever calls you, but make sure that when you take materials from nature, you do so thoughtfully. Only pick something that's living if you see 5 others of those things. So if you're going to pick something, let's say you want to pick a flower, be sure to count 5 flowers before you pick one. So for every 1 flower that you pick, you have to find 5 others that you don't pick. Be sure that you pick gently and kindly, knowing that everything that you take needs to be a gift given to you from that plant. Then when you return, we'll spend a moment to look at how we will use these materials to reflect on our question. Welcome back, leaders. I hope that you have your materials ready to go and that you have a surface to work on. That could be a cutting board, it could be a plate, it could be a table, it could be a piece of cardboard. Now that we're grounded, now that we have our materials, we're going to focus in on our question. In science, for the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at the ways that humans interact with trees. We've also been looking at the wildfires. For the last 2 weeks, we all have been experiencing wildfire in a way that is, I think, likely a totally new experience for all of us. It's been challenging, it's been unknown. For me, it's brought up a lot of emotions. And sometimes it's been hard to really tune into what I'm experiencing because there's so much happening around us. When we talk about science, we talk about observation, we talk about curiosity, we talk about being aware of our surroundings. So for science today, we're going to be aware of our internal surroundings by engaging with these materials to reflect on the question, when you think about the wildfires, how do you feel?
If you're not in the space to engage with this question, that's okay. Instead, please do this activity reflecting on the question, what comes up for me when I think about breathing with trees?
So take a big breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And ask yourself that question. When I think about the wildfires, how do I feel? And then use your materials. There's no right or wrong answer here. I'm going to ask that you spend 5 minutes just using your materials however feels good for you. Let's say I want to take a stick and put it right here. Doesn't have to have a meaning. Doesn't have to make anything. Let's say I want to move the stick here. Whatever you are called to do is what you should do. Move by your impulses. Don't question it. Don't overthink it. Just place things wherever you want them to go. And as you're doing it, notice, what does this bring up for me? What do I feel? How do my feelings change? How are my feelings reflected in this? Notice what you're thinking about. Notice the textures, the smells, what it's like to engage with these materials. We're going to do this for 5 minutes. At the end of your 5 minutes, please take a photo of whatever you created and then write 1 to 3 sentences reflecting on this experience and what it brought up for you. What did you see? How did this feel? What zone did you begin in and what zone did you end in? If you would like to, at the end of this project, you can do that guided breathing exercise one more time to reground yourself. Remember that today's project is all about being grounded, about being aware of what's happening inside of us, so that we can connect to what's happening around us. Thank you so much, Kairos leaders. I'm really looking forward to seeing your expressions of how you're feeling in this moment.
Take a big breath in and let it fill up your belly. And exhale. Take a big breath into your belly again. Exhale with a noise. Whew. This time when you breathe into your belly, let it inflate your chest as well. Breathe in. Exhale with a noise. Keep doing these big belly breaths, in and out at your own pace. Try and breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly expand. Feel your chest expand. And then as you exhale, feel your belly contract and your chest contract. Imagine the air flowing in and out of your body. And then imagine the air flowing from a plant or a tree. And as you breathe into your belly, you inhale the oxygen that plant just gifted. As you exhale, you exhale carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide flows over to that tree, and that tree breathes in its own special way, that carbon dioxide, and breathes out oxygen. And you breathe in that oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide. Picture that tree and imagine it breathing with you, in and out, in and out. Good work, Kairos leaders. You made it to 3 minutes. Take your time. You may continue breathing if you would like. You may move, sit still, do whatever your body needs.